Hey, it's me, and it's Wednesday. And I said I wasn't going to be on today, but I changed my mind. And actually, excuse me, I'm only on to try to test out what I'm doing here. And so it's really going to be quick and short and easy. And what I was doing was I was making a card out of circles. I cut a whole bunch of circles, punched actually. I punched them. Let me pull this. I can't really pull this up. Like I punched a whole bunch of these different ones, and I'm gonna try all kinds of different configurations, and I'll show you in a better thing exactly what I'm doing. But what you want to do is you do like I pulled. You could use circle dies or circle punches. I used my circle punches, and I punched the different colors, and you just grab different colors and you just punch them, and after you have punched them you cut them in half. Okay, I know I'm not showing on the camera because I have been just playing around with this trying to see which gives the best focus and stuff, and it totally froze with me on. It didn't freeze with anything else. So I don't know how that happened. Hi, Pauline. How are you? So this is just kind of a test for me. So bear with me because I'm just kind of messing around. Um, what I did here is I first I did all the in colors. And I did get this off of a video by Jackie Bullhaze, by the way, just so you know. Okay. Ooh, and I used a 2-inch punch, a 2 1/4 inch punch, a 1 1/2 inch, and a 1 inch. And if you are not lucky enough to have all those punches, you can absolutely use dies. Use the circles, use the layered circles, any circle dies that you have. There's a new one, shapes, that's out that's pretty good. And just cut 4 different sizes and 4 different colors. And I am in the process of just playing with these. So I cut Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. And after you have your circles cut, so here's how they were. Okay, I had those four. And then I cut them in half. And this is best accomplished using the don't just try to cut them with the scissors. I tried that. It really turns out not well. So use your paper cutter because the lines in the paper cutter, you can line these up perfect and cut them right in half. So after you cut them in half, then you take your different sizes. Now, on this particular one, I have started it. I didn't finish it yet. I used the smallest. I'm going to do the next one a little different. I'm going to use the smallest of the Tahitian Tide. I'm going to follow that up with the next size in Parakeet Party. Then I'm going to follow the next one with, let's see, let's use Orchid Oasis. And then, see, when you cut these circles, you end up with all kinds of configurations that you can figure out. Now, let's see, do I want to use Starry Sky or do I want to use Strawberry Sorbet? Are you getting a lot of hissing, Pauline, or is it just me? Are you hearing a lot? I'm like I said, I'm testing this out and I'm gonna play it back and see how it came out. And hopefully it comes out half decent. Let's see. I think I kind of like this one better. So I'm gonna get rid of this Sweet Sorbet and put this one here. then you glue them together. Just layer them up and glue them up. One set facing this way, kind of like eyeballs. If you know what I mean, like when you go like this, then they look like little eyes. Cute, right? Okay, so I'm going to move these out of the way here because this is what I really want to do. I cut a standard card base. I followed that up with a layer of black, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I cut a 1/4 inch off of that in white, so it's 3 3/4 by 5. Then I took my little eyeballs. I put one facing this way. Well, actually, they're both facing the same way. Just turn one upside down. Then I took a piece of black, and I already did this, so you don't have to watch me doing it. I took a piece of black, and this piece of black is, let me see what this is. It is 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. And that is going to go right there, and it's going to go up on dimensionals. And that, my friends, is pretty much it. I just have to say, I didn't want to do the embossing because I hate the sound of that embossing, the heat soldering. Like, I heat emboss this, and I hate the sound of that on a video. And so I did it ahead of time. But basically, I gotta say that this is the best thing that they ever came out with. I love this. So what you do is you get your black, you stamp it with Versamark, you wipe it first with your stamping buddy, then you stamp your message with Versamark, then you sprinkle on your powder, then you take this little heat setting tool, turn it on, run it over the whole thing. Zzz. You don't notice any hissing. Okay, good. It sounds to me like I'm getting constant hissing, and I think that's just because the phone's right in front of me. I'm still on the other screen, totally frozen. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so you heat set your embossing, and after you heat set the embossing, you have it all ready. You cut it down to the size you need it to come to your saying here, and you put it on your yeah, what am I trying to say? Oh, my brain today isn't working. Okay, so when you're all done, you've sprinkled your powder over here, then you take your thing and you kind of go like that to get all the excess off, then you dry it. But after you're all done, you can open this, hold it over your jar of powder, sweep it with this little thing, and sweep it right down into the jar. It will come out kind of like a funnel. It's very cool. This is I don't know, this is a long time coming, I'll tell you, because I have used all kinds of different jars and dishes and different things to try and stop the mess, and nothing has helped. In fact, I even have a little plastic thing here I have a label on it that says embossing mess box. And this is what I usually use. I just put my embossing powder in here and then dump it back in the jar. But I still have a bunch of embossing powder in here, and I end up with all different colors mixed up. And so that really wasn't an ideal situation. This is great. I love this thing. So anyway, now we're going to take our little things here. And this is basically finished, except I'm going to find some little black beads or something to put on here yet. Let me look what I got here. Matte black dots are perfect for on here. Or the black hexagons. I might have those too. I really like those. Yeah, right there. These are adhesive backed hexagons. I don't know if they're still available or not. I'm just going to throw a couple of them on here. One, two. Ooh, shot one across the room. Three. I have a lot of trouble with that. I do that a lot. So there's our card. It's done, except for the inside, which I always want to put an inside in my cards. So uh the outside just says wishing you the happiest of birthdays. You could just redo this whole thing like you have here inside. In fact, what I think I'm gonna do, um, take one of my little eyeballs here and just put it in. Just maybe glue it down here to the bottom like that. Yeah, that's cute, right? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna say, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Oh, let me find something nice to put in here. Hmm. Hoping your birthday is filled with all the best things. That seems to be a go-to for me. And I'll do that in black because the majority of this card is black. So, what Jackie Bullhace, when she showed this, she said, you just have yourself a ball cutting all these circles in different colors. And this is a great idea. Just start cutting out circles. Take your punches or your dies or whatever you're using and cut out a whole bunch of circles and then see which ones go which way and put them all together. I'm going to show you right now how this is going to work. I'm going to glue these guys together. And I got to show you my different color combinations. Now, we have Stampin' Up! Has so many neat different um, colors that you can come up with so many good combinations. So, like the ink colors are just one of the many that you can come up with. Okay, now I'm going to just glue this on the inside. Oops, and I just did it crooked. That's why I love the green glue, because you can pick things up and move them. Then I'm going to stick some glue on this. I'll just stick it down here in this corner. So, this is a surprise visit from me, and anybody who didn't know that I was changing the date this week from Wednesday to Monday, on Monday I did my live, and then I said, if I have something cool to show, I might do it on Wednesday. And I decided that since I was trying this out and I'm trying to get the camera up a little farther so that you can see better. And so far, that I think is probably working halfway decent. Although, there you go, close up of the card. Although I'm still frozen. The other screen with me on it is frozen. But here's one of the color combinations that I'm going to try later, which is these neutrals. I just grabbed a bunch of neutral colors and punched holes or punched the circles in them. And I think I'm going to try that. And then I'm going to try these. Or I could go with grays and blacks. That would look cool too. All the grays and blacks and all the browns. Yeah, with a brown espresso background. I'm going to try those and I'll let you know how it goes. I'm going to sign off If anybody joins me or watches this or sees it later, send a comment. Let me know you watched. Pauline, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking me out. And I know you've been on before. It's nice to see you again. So if you have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, great. If you do not, please send me an email, nettiep2020@gmail.com, and I will happily send you a catalog. And if you're joining me on YouTube, same thing. If you're joining me, put a comment. Let me know you watched. Okay, thanks everybody, and I'll catch you next week. Next week it will be Wednesday at 7:30. See you then. Thanks. Bye.